Hi guys, MiniPlays here, bringing you another Clash Royale video. So today what I thought I'd do is actually go through the balance changes that I'm not sure exactly when they're going to be live. It says here they're going to be live on the 24th, so they're already actually in the game. So I'm just going to turn on some 2v2 gameplay right here. Obviously this is what you guys are going to be seeing on Wednesday next week, because I'll only be doing 2v2s. I'll be doing a 5 top tips for 2v2 in Clash Royale video next week. That'll be going up on YouTube and Twitch. And I'll also be doing a Twitch exclusive stream next week as well. So as I play the music right here, I'm going to tell you guys what I think about the balance changes at the same time as giving you guys some 2v2 gameplay. So we've got, first of all here, massive nerf to the Royal Ghost. Minus 6% damage, which I think is going to make quite a lot of difference. 6%, that's a lot of nerf. Normally it's only 3 or 4% that they do. So that is quite interesting. Invisibility delay is 0.7 seconds to 1.2 seconds. Not exactly sure whether that's going to be a positive or a negative. Probably a negative, seeing as the card is being nerfed overall. And hit speed is increasing from 1.7 to 1.8 seconds. So not only is the damage decreasing, but so is the hit speed. The hit speed is also increasing, which means it's going to be a nerf. So that is absolutely massive. Royal Ghost is probably going to become a lot less popular now, which is a good thing. So I'm happy with that. That's a very, very good one. Now this is a controversial one. Zappies targets ground and air. Now people seem to think that Zappies are going to be good now. They're going to be in the meta. Now I would love to see Zappies in the meta. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to happen. Not with just an air targeting mechanic added, you know. Well, not really mechanic, but just because they target ground and air now, is it going to make a difference? No, it's not going to make a difference. 4 elixir for 3 Zappies. The only real thing that it does is counter Sparky. And it only ever counters Sparky if there's actually, like, a Sparky nearby, with nothing protecting it, like a giant or something, which never really happens unless it's already been killed. So I really don't think that's going to make a difference. I haven't seen any Zappies since the update, or since the balance changes, sorry, even though they've only been up for 2 days. But, you know, like, people seem to think they're going to be good now. I mean, you could still use them. They are possibly viable now. Now they could also install... they could start Inferno Dragon now, stuff like that. Possibly, but... I mean, I haven't tried them out, because they're only tournament standards, but we'll see how that goes. Hunter, now this is another controversial one here. Range 5, decreasing to 4, so they're supposedly nerfing the Hunter's range, but I'll get to that in a second. Bullet spread slightly smaller, projectile range remains at 6.5. So basically, people that are complaining this is a nerf, this is not a nerf. If you read the stats for the Hunter, basically, the Hunter deals 10 times more damage, or up to 10 times more damage, depending on how close he is to the target. I'm guessing that means he's got 10 actual bolts, not bolts, but bullets that he throws, or shoots. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Also, that clutch right there for them. In the game. So, with the Hunter nerf, it's not actually a nerf. It is a buff if you look into it and don't just read, oh look, the range is being decreased. Because that is true, but, you know, you have to look into it more than just instantly assume that it's a nerf. So again, not going to affect stuff too much, but there is two extras right there. So obviously, they do want to bring Hunter into the game. Well and truly, and I would love to see Hunter. I was originally going to use a Hunter deck, because it does so good against tanks, and because tanks are so difficult to counter for me in the meta. Like, in my push to Challenger 3, which I was going to include in the video, by the way, but I had no gameplay actually saved on air server. Because of my push to Challenger 3, I actually ended up facing 4 decks in a row that were either level 10 Hog or level 11 Hog, and out of 6 matches, 5 of them were Hog. So it's crazy. It was absolutely crazy, as you can see right there. Challenger 3 4625 will be opening that next week on the Clash Royale video. Well, not next week, but whenever we get the draft chest, which is probably going to be I think it's in 2 weeks time, or like a week and a half, something like that. Okay, so next nerf, Night Witch. Initial bats spawn quicker. So this is actually not a nerf, this is a buff. I can see why they're buffing Night Witch, even though I can see the popularity with Golem decks. Night Witch, as you can see, literally right on the screen right there, Night Witch literally just being placed. It's not a unpopular card, but it's a weird card, you know. It's not great, but people seem to use it still, and I don't really understand why, you know. So initial bats spawn quicker, not a massive buff, considering all the nerfs from before when bridge spam was a thing. Don't even get me started. But yeah, when bridge spam was a thing, obviously those massive nerfs, they're going to be staying, but obviously initial bats spawning quicker, that is the only one that is going to be disappearing. I kind of like that. Bats hit speed 1 second to 1.1 seconds. Now this could mean that it doesn't actually get a shot off the tower if left alone, if all 5 bats left alone. Possibly not. Probably won't change many interactions, but obviously if OJ makes a video on the balance changes, then be sure to check it out. Because I am not getting into interactions, considering I literally have no time to record anyway. That's why this video is so rushed. Okay, so the next one is going to be Lava Hound. Now, we haven't actually seen a balance change to the Lava Hound in months. At least what I'm aware of. Maybe the actual Lava Loon deck, or decks that may use or likely to use Lava Hound. But not the actual Lava Hound itself. Now, the actual buff here is going to be HP plus 5%, which is pretty interesting. As we're, again, going up against right here, I know this gameplay is from today, literally about 20 minutes ago. But, obviously with the, with Lava Hound being quite popular, you know, it's not as good lower level. I don't really see it when I'm playing on my mini account or my third account. I haven't played on my third account since, like, 2 balance changes ago, though. I really need to get back into it. Maybe I'll do a video next week on my third account. Okay, so what I think about that change, you know, it might make Lava Loon popular again. I mean, I wouldn't mind to see Lava Loon, because I just haven't seen Lava Loon in quite a while, you know. It's not a terrible deck, but it's not the best, you know. I don't want a Lava Loon meta again. I just want the deck to be decently popular, you know. Not popular as in, like, oh my god, everyone uses this is OP. Like eBubs in December 2016. But, you know, like, I'm not going to get into that. So, Goblin Hut, spawn speed, 4.9 seconds to 5 seconds. 1 less spawn in total. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely stupid. One Goblin. You really think that is going to make a difference? Around 60 damage. Obviously 50 at tournament standards. It's not going to make a difference. What's the point? Why? Why would you? Also, the clutch again. This is literally deja vu, these battles. We won't get those in the third and fourth ones if we end up playing those. But if we don't play them, then they will be on the 2v2 video when I eventually upload it on Wednesday. But Goblin Hut, why? If you're going to nerf something, nerf it properly. Come on. That is literally decreasing the amount of goblins by 1. Seriously. Come on. Come on, Supercell. Alright, Mini Pekka. Mini Pekka. I can't speak. Hit points plus 7%. Now that seems pretty interesting to me. Also, I need to skip this advert. Right there. And we do actually get a rematch. So we don't actually get rematches very often, but obviously, when you do get a rematch, sometimes you can just fill your whole chest slots just from one person. But yeah. Mini Pekka HP plus 7%. I don't really think it needs a buff. Also, I just realised they did a goblin barrel there and not actual goblins. So yeah. Mini Pekka buff, I don't think it's needed. But I don't, you know, it's not amazing. I think in this game, whenever I talk about a card, I swear we just find it in the game that we're spectating. But I think this guy is using Mini Pekka. Mini Pekka isn't a very underused card, but obviously Supercell balances their cards based on usage rate. So it must obviously be a relatively unpopular card for them to be buffing it, especially by 7%. That is massive. That is actually going to mean it is very, very likely to hit the tower. Now, you're going to need a little bit more defense to end up stopping it. And the same with Lumberjack. That is also getting a 7% HP buff. Now, same sort of thing, really. Same sort of opinion. Doesn't really need a buff. It's only ever really used in Golem decks. I think it needs more of a buff than Mini Pekka. I'm not going to lie. Mini Pekka does not need as much of a buff as Lumberjack. Lumberjack isn't as used as Lumberjack. So, I'm quite surprised it's getting exactly the same buff as Mini Pekka. Maybe the usage rates are very similar. Obviously, I don't know about that because I don't know if Stats Royale is actually accurate. Don't know if any of these stat sites are actually fully accurate anyway. Don't even know if if Clash Royale's actual stats are accurate. They probably are, though, seeing as they, you know, they make the game. They do the balance changes, so you would expect it to be. And then we finally got the last nerf here, Mortar. Minimum range 4.5 down to 3.5. Now, I know someone who is a Mortar user in the clan, and they are saying this is basically the buff for this. Is a buff slash a nerf. Basically, the Mortar would never actually hit if it ended up if there was a troop there. Like if there was a troop on the outside of the range, then it wouldn't actually hit, which is really, really weird and really annoying, to be fair. So yeah, obviously that being fixed, they did actually say that that was fixed in the last balance changes. I didn't actually go through them on video, but they did go. They did say that that they would be fixing that because it was a bug. Obviously, it was a bug, but they actually didn't. They actually didn't end up fixing it properly, so I'm actually going to quickly pause the video here, because we are not going to watch the others, because we're probably not going to get it, we're probably not going to get the whole thing finished, so, yeah, it is only like 4.5 minutes longer, and we will include the rest of the battles on the actual 2v2 tips video, next week, and we'll also be doing a couple more battles for that, because that video will not just be, a few minutes long. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. And yeah, like and comment, subscribe, and peace out.